G'day guys and welcome to another one of my Digimon Rearise videos. So today we're having a look at Miragegaogamon Burts Mode, who's out currently on Global. If you haven't already, make sure you check out my summoning video for him. As always, credit to Chordos2 for all of the images and translations that you'll see in this video. So what we're going to do is we'll have a look at his stats and his skills and we'll compare him against some other meta Digimon at the moment. And then we'll jump into the game and we'll test him out in Clash Battle and we'll test him out in PvP to see how he performs there and a little bit of team building stuff as well. Let's start with his stats. We're sorted by HP here, and as you can see, he is a very chunky boy. He has 12,284 health at level 99, which is really high. Heavy Leomon only has 11,300. Baihumon, 10,000. He is super high health. The only one above him at the moment is the Purple Zwart D. If we have a look at his tech, because he is a tech type Purple Digimon, it's not too bad. It's higher than Rasemon Anniversary, who's running 5136. Miragegaogamon's at 5900, so quite high tech as well. Moving on to defense, again, super high. Comparing him to Heavy Leomon, 4100. Heavy Leomon runs 3700, so he's a pretty chunky boy, which is good because the rest of his kit is not defensively based at all. And very high speed, 35 as well, which is really good speed. So overall stats, very good. Let's have a look at his kit now. His main skill: hits 2 enemies for 580% damage, ignores block, and triple crit multiplier. This is a stock standard hard hitting main skill that hits 2 enemies. His sub skill, 230 to all enemies, minus 60% to all enemies, tech damage resistance, and power damage resistance. Super good universal damage resistance debuff, which is quite rare. It'll make the rest of your team, regardless if they're power or tech, hit a lot harder. 60% is also a really good multiplier for that. And his passive skill gives minus 50% to all enemies in and 60% to purple allies critical rate, which is good. It means you can change your plug-ins a little bit and run a bit more speed or a bit more of another stat. You don't need to rely so much on crit plugins. His target plugins give him critical rate and block rate. Overall, if you can't tell, he's a super solid support. Pairs with Rasemon Anniversary really well, as well as some other purple Digimon. And the universal defense buff and the tech and power damage resistance means you can slot him onto a ton of teams as a support Digimon, and they're always going to be getting the benefit of that, as long as you use your sub skill, obviously. What we're going to do now is we're going to jump into the game. We'll start with Clash Battle and see if we can get some big numbers pumped out with this main skill. Triple crit multiplier, ignores block, pretty high damage multiplier as well. Hopefully we can see some big numbers over in Clash Battle. I'll see you there. Okay, here we are in Clash Battle. This is the setup I'm running. This team has everything. It's got a tech buff, or 2 tech buffs actually. Defense reduction from Miragegaogamon, tech damage resistance reduction, so we should be hitting pretty close to our maximum here for a level 99. I've got all these target plugins on him ready to go. I'm also running a bit of speed on him too. So let's see, hopefully we can see some pretty big numbers from this main skill. I haven't really tested this out much, so it's going to be as much of a learning curve for me as it is for you. So we'll start with the tech buff. And then we'll do our tech damage resistance from the sub skill, which hit 80k. It's not too bad, and the 55k follow up. Remember, we got increased 60% crit rate from that passive as well. Here we go. 640, not too bad. It's quite hard. Let's compare that to Oryukin, no passive. How hard is he hitting? 600. So fairly in the ballpark of Oryukin with the same buffs. Whoa, and he makes Rasemon hit super hard. That was 4 crits of 350 each. So he's a hard-hitting support. He makes the rest of your team hit hard, but he can also dish it out a little bit himself. A little bit harder than Oryukin in the same conditions. He's got that increased crit rate, And as you can see, he makes your Rasenmon hit super hard. So overall, very solid in Clash Battle. I'm quite impressed. I'm going to jump over into PvP now, and we'll see how he goes there. And here we are in PvP. This is the setup I'm running for this video. So we've got Azulong on there for the status increase, Mitamamon tech increase and heals. We've got Rasenmon there to obliterate the universe. Miragegaogamon is our support. Heavy Liam on there if we need to stall for whatever reason. If you're running this guy with Rasenmon Anniversary, most of the time, this is what happens. Like, I don't even care what the team is. You push one, and this happens. And then this happens, and the game's over. Like, paired together, they are... like, PvP is not going to be too tricky for you. They're both purple as well, which means you're going to be running pretty high speed, because purple are known for their high speed, and their other target plugins give extra speed as well. So yeah. I don't want to do a whole video of just Rasenmon one-shotting other teams, but most of the time this is what it'll look like. Ridiculous. I'm just running Rasenmon's normal target plugins. With that 60% crit, he's at 110% crit, minus 50% to the enemy's defense. It's just ridiculous. Alright, in this match, I'm going to try and showcase Miragegaogamon as a standalone Digimon. So I'll start with his sub-skill kits. All enemies did quite a bit of damage there, and they have that reduced tech and power damage resistances. Now, main skill, ooh, one shot there and got evaded on the other one. I'm going to use Mitamamon to heal up here. And then, Zulamon, so I might try and stall it out a bit with Heavy Lemon. I'm trying not to use Rasenmon just to kind of give a standalone showcase for him. I think this Fade's going to take him out, unfortunately. Alright, and now we can just clean up with Rasenmon. So as you can see, standalone, yeah, he's hit or miss. If you play Lynx, that's a funny joke, guys. Leave a like for that funny if you get that joke. But standalone, he is hit or miss. Evasion and damage limit is really hurting. There's no way for him to bypass that. As a support, though, he is an absolute beast. I'm just going to tenderize a bit here with Rasenmon's second skill. Tenderize even more, and let's see what we can do with this main skill. Oh, quite a bit of damage there. Not too shabby. Again, only 2 targets isn't ideal for PvP. You probably won't have many chances to get his sub-skill off either, unless you need a bit of a damage boost for your other damage dealers. You're probably going to be prioritizing either your Rasenmon or some of your other hard hitters that can get through a few walls. Alright, last match here. Hopefully Miragegaogamon can put in some work. Oops, I accidentally flicked through that a bit quick. Now I'm worried about this opposing Rasenmon, so I'm going to pop the taunt. We should be right here. We'll do that, which reduces that tech and power damage resistance. I'm not running a mixed team here. I guess I am. I've got the Heavy Liam on. But you can, one-shot that Rasenmon there. Don't need to worry about him. And we'll just clean up with our own Rasenmon there. Obviously, starting with the Rasenmon is probably the best outcome for this team. As I was saying, I am running a kind of mixed team. I've got Heavy Liam on. But you could definitely run a mixed team with some red Digimon mixed in there. Simply because his passive supports your whole team. And his sub-skill supports your whole team. My final thoughts on Miragegaogamon Burst Mode. Probably one of the best universal supports in the game. What holds him back is his lack of defensive utility in his kit. And his I guess you could call it low target main skill. Although it does hit hard, he can be walled by things like evasion and damage limiters. In Clash Battle, as you saw, he is very good and a really, really good universal support. Underworld Dungeon, I wouldn't bother. No defensive utility at all, and low target skills hold him back there. And in PvP, you can run him with, you can pretty much slap him on any team, and he's going to be doing well for the rest of the team. Let me know down below, did you pull for this guy? Are you saving for the juicy content coming in the new year? I'd love to hear. Other than that, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!